Are we live?
We'll take a glass together!
This is Equity One, Broadway's happy hour.
Pour yourself a drink and join us as we chat about life, theater, and everything in between.
I'm Elliot Maddox.
And I'm Caleb Dickey. Join us for your Equity One. Cheers!
Cheers!
Elliot,
Hi,
this is
Caleb.
so excited.
How are you?
We're live. Oh, there's
We're
the music
live.
again.
Welcome to Broadway Podcast Network Happy Hour. I'm Elliot Maddox.
And I'm Caleb Dickey.
And we are the hosts of Equity One, Broadway's Happy Hour. And we are so excited to be hosting this happy hour. It's between shows on a Saturday. And we're going to be able to sit down and talk to some of your favorite podcasters. And for our very first episode, we are so excited to have our friends of the show, Broadwaysted, here.
Hi.
We have Brian Plofsky, Kimberly Schmidt, and Kevin Jager with us.
Hey,
everyone.
Thank you so much.
Oh my
God.
We are so excited to get to sit down with all of you. I feel like this has been in the making for so long, and I'm so happy that Corona brought us to it.
Our Corona drinking powers combined.
Yeah, exactly.
Not in person. I know, not in person, unfortunately. We'll have to save that for round 2 when this is over at some point. Oh, absolutely. My goodness. We were a little delayed because I'm quarantining in Kentucky. I got out of New York pretty quick once Broadway shut down, and my Wi-Fi is, everything's slower in Kentucky. So
that's not all bad.
We're in Kentucky.
It is. I feel like it is such a problem everyone's having right now, that everyone's just like on their computers, and we're really reliant on internet like all day to do everything.
Yeah, it's really intense. Like when like people I hear who are working from home are like, it's like their internet is so slow just because everyone is working from home, and our home Wi-Fi was made to like stream Netflix, and like every once in a while.
Oh, I'm still streaming Netflix. Don't worry.
And now,
yeah,
you're streaming Tiger King while on a Zoom call. The Wi-Fi can't keep up.
No one can keep up with Joe Exotic. Let's be honest.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
My parents are watching Tiger King now because like that's where we're at in Corona. Where like our parents watch the same like streaming crap that we do,
garbage that we do. Yeah.
And my dad called me last night and he was like, "We've watched 2 episodes. I have so many questions."
It is really wild, and we can definitely talk about that in one of our segments for the week. Should we just go ahead and get started?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, so we'll start with, what are you drinking?
What are you drinking?
I never chime in on that.
I know, you never chime in.
Let's start a
harmony on the top.
There's
Give us a nice little tritone.
Should we start from the start with Caleb? Oh, Caleb's over there. Should we start with Caleb and then go boop 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 boop?
You tell us what to do.
Go.
Caleb, what are you drinking?
I'm going to try Major Echo, but I'm having a gin and tonic.
Yes, in this
glass.
Fancy glass.
I know. I'm having gin as well.
Gin, you're in Kentucky. Drink bourbon.
Yeah. I know, but I'm always drinking bourbon. So like
fair.
Gin is like a day drink. This is my pre-dinner drink.
Fair.
I'm drinking. Everyone was talking about the quarantinis, but we have no martini glasses or vermouth or anything. So I just kind of improvised. This is gin, emergency, and grapefruit LaCroix.
Wait. The emergency floater is everything.
It's really, and you can kind of see, I don't know if you can see now, but there's little specks of emergency that look like kind of like a salted rib. It's like really cute. Yeah.
I'm impressed.
It's-
Very impressed.
Amazing.
It's really
You're
cute.
the here.
Very excited. Brian, what are you drinking?
So in my glass, I'm drinking a Milagro tequila with a little bit of a lime seltzer. But of course, because we're here and I put on my Hawaiian shirt, I had to go with my Beetlejuice tiki cup.
Yeah.
That is so cute.
Beetle
Oh my God.
Tiki.
Where did you get that?
This company called Geeky Tikis. They have all nerd. I have a Pennywise the Clown one. They have all nerd tiki stuff, and it's wonderful.
Oh my God, that is so fun.
Well, I
I
just
love
realized
that.
Caleb's wearing black and white stripes, which is very Beetlejuicy.
Yes.
I feel like I'm the only person not in Beetlejuice.
I
Yeah,
do.
I'm wearing
You're
my
with the theme.
I'm wearing my Anastasia hoodie right
Anastasia, I'm wearing my network shirt because it just feels like we're in network.
And I have my Audrey too here.
now.
I love that
Ooh.
Audrey too.
I have Audrey.
Oh
my
snap.
gosh.
That's so cute.
I have my Audrey 2 wig. I could put that on.
Audrey 3.
That'll come out later.
I love it. I am drinking a sensible glass of red wine because
Red
it's
wine.
wine time. So why not?
It's always
It
wine
is.
time.
It's always wine time. And Kimberly, did you say you're having a gin and tonic?
I also have a gin and tonic.
I
Also,
am having a gin and tonic.
Beetlejuice.
Nice.
Beetlejuice, and also that stainless steel straw. Thank
And
you.
a stainless steel straw.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Your straw in your home.
So cold. Oh my gosh. And you can just see, so that's actually my boyfriend just commented down there. Loving that Beetlejuice cup. But if you're watching, you can comment and your comments will pop up on the yes, Brittany, friend of the pod.
Hey,
Right
girl.
down there. This is very fun. This is so exciting. I love
And her
this.
picture was so cute. Did you see that?
I know, right? This is gonna out everyone's like Gmail and YouTube
Pictures.
avatars.
Oh my god, so
Yeah.
true.
We're trying to expose everyone here. Should we move to what we've seen this week?
Yeah.
What have you seen this week?
What have you seen this week?
Hard to lag.
What
Oh my
have
God.
you guys been watching?
So, like everyone in the world, I've finished Tiger King.
No spoilers. I'm 2 episodes in. No spoilers.
No
Fair.
spoilers, of course.
Understood.
I'm behind.
Alan, come back and let the people see you again and say hi.
Hello.
This is
podcast
Alan.
dad.
He's our podcast dad. He's producing for us. He'll pop in here and there.
The BPN Zaddy.
Just call me big for B for big. Never mind.
Okay, thank you, Alan. Yeah, just cut yourself out there. So we finished Tiger King, but I also like in this time am trying to like catch up on like 90s and 80s like kind of like campy gay movies that I've never seen.
Sure.
Yeah.
So the other night we watched Death Becomes Her, and I'd
Great
never
film.
seen it.
Death Becomes Her.
Great
I had
one.
never seen Death Becomes Her. So good.
So I feel like this is the time where you can't get mad at people for like not having seen certain things because like you're making the effort in this time to catch up and that's worth more than not having seen it in real
No,
life.
that's fair. That's
I'm
fair.
trying.
No, that's fair.
It's still
the
crazy that you haven't seen it,
It's
but I'm just
such a good movie, and it's just so like it's so campy gay that like I just thought it was like when like you figure like come out of the closet, they're like, great, here's your reading material. Here's the movies.
I know.
yeah.
But the problem is that I was
It's like the handbook for the recently deceased, but for other things.
but for the recently gay. I
Recently.
I think that
Recently
I think
quarantined.
I think that sorry, someone was calling me on my phone while this was happening, so I got distracted. I'd never seen it because when I came out, I was a musical theater gay. You know what I mean? So like Broadway, forget about it. But like at movies, my family didn't like watch movies growing up. So like we would watch them, but we weren't like a movie family.
Sure.
So I have a lot of catching up to do from
Sure.
earlier.
I mean, that would make a great musical.
It would make it.
I think I think it's in
it must be
somewhere.
right?
Stage of like figuring out making it a stage show.
For a while, I believe Kristen Chenoweth was attached to
Oh,
it.
that's why I'm thinking of it. Yeah,
That's what
totally.
I
Yeah.
said too.
Which I was after watching it, I was like, perfect.
I'm assuming that she would be the Meryl Streep part because of, like the Broadway performance
Yes.
and stuff.
Yeah, I think so. That is kind of very like Madeline Kahn-esque, like the actress. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's like she kind of does those roles.
We got like, Cheetah Rivera to play like the Isabella Rossellini part.
I mean, that
my
part is
God.
so juicy for any Broadway veteran.
We were trying to cast those roles afterward. I also was like, for the movie, I was like, what about like Drew Barrymore in the Goldie Hawn role, or like I immediately went to J-Lo for the Meryl Streep part, just, you know, for fun.
Yeah.
Just get a little color in there.
Absolutely.
J-Lo's always fun.
Yeah, we started at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we started
that Super Bowl was everything. And Hustlers, so good.
Wonderful in Hustlers. She was
So good in
absolutely.
Hustlers.
It's a
On the pole spinning.
it's a true shame she didn't get an Oscar nomination. She's so
Robbed
good
Queen.
in that movie.
Robbed Queen.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
She's great.
Absolutely.
Kimberly, what have you been watching?
Tiger King.
Yes.
And my new favorite show is an HGTV program that I had not yet watched called Hometown.
I love Hometown.
A couple just making their little
I don't love
hometown.
Hometown.
So cute. I'm obsessed.
Sketches.
That's adorable.
Watercolors.
The
And
watercolors.
these are so wholesome and thoughtful. He's like, I found this and I thought of you and I made it in my wood shop. And me and my husband are like, can we go live in a small town and make everyone's house beautiful?
I know. I love it so much. We watch them all the time. It's really,
so
really
good.
fun.
So
Yeah.
that's great.
My days have mostly been Hometown.
So good. That's a good option.
Thank you.
Kevin, what about you?
So I mean, I watched Tiger King like everybody else, but besides, like, I haven't been streaming as much because for Christmas, my brother bought me one of those like classic Nintendos. That's like the original Nintendo with like 30 games saved on it. So like, I am determined to beat Mario 3. Or like every day, I'm putting in like the hours to beat it, but like it's real hard. So like, I'm like trying my best, but like, a lot of my time has been spent like how it was when I was 8 playing Nintendo.
And it's very important to have goals during this
Right?
time, you know, like
For sure.
Forward. So it's like and I also have been using it to like get myself to write more, because I'll be like, all right, you can play 2 hours of Nintendo, but then you need to spend at least half of that time also writing, so that I owe myself an hour of writing.
I love that. Bribing yourself.
Exactly. It's working.
Balance. It's all about balance.
It's easy to make like self bribes.
Totally. I know I'm good for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brian, what about you?
So as listeners from our podcast know, my girlfriend and I are blazing through all 31 seasons of The Amazing Race. We are currently on season 22.
You're allowed to laugh at him. We make fun of him.
Yeah, it's okay. We love it. It's wonderful. But
Well, it's iconic.
in between
We've had
those,
a winner on the show, and Brian.
we did. We had the
Wow.
season 13 winner. Spoiler alert, if anyone cares. Nick Spangler and his sister won season 13. He was in Tootsie, Book of Mormon, and he came on the podcast, talked through that. We had a great time with him.
We only talked about The Amazing Race.
Only talk
Oh my
about
God.
Amazing Race. Like we were like, can we talk about anything Broadway? And Brian was like, no. We
Brian
couldn't.
was like, this is my moment.
Yeah,
Okay?
Really
but in between episodes and seasons of that, what Kimberly, Kevin, and I have been doing is we've been doing movie episodes on our podcast. We've been selecting kind of movie universes or movies that kind of have a similar theme. For instance, we've already watched all the Frozen movies, including the shorts. We watched all the Aladdin movies, including the live action. And then we watched the Mary Poppins, 2 Mary Poppins films, as well as Saving Mr. Banks, which is so good. So
good.
for next week, we're doing best Tony-winning musicals, musicals that have won best new musical at the Tonys that were adapted into movie musicals. Of course, we're working from things that are streaming, so that everyone can join in. And essentially, right now we're in the process of watching Jersey Boys, Hairspray, as well as Sweeney Todd. So I watched those today, a lot of them, and we'll break them down and talk through our points.
There are so many.
Yeah.
Not a lot that are streaming though. That was the tough part.
Oh, sure. Because I immediately went to like the producers, which is like,
Yeah. Producer Decision Streaming, that kind of stuff. So we found the 3 that are streaming on Netflix, and we went right to them. And let me tell you, they range in quality drastically.
Yes, they do.
Maybe not as musical on the stage, but like the adaptation in the movie, judging it as a film, you're like, ooh. So
Yeah, those are lots for something for everyone with those 3.
Yeah, and we've
Those
had
3 movies.
friends of the show joining us, Aaron J. Albano and Haley Pachoon, who are they like, we're watching you, but they are joining us. And we talk through those. It's super fun. And you can get those from our podcast.
I love it.
Feed, on BPN. Mm-hmm.
There's a special quarantine episode on Friday.
Yeah,
Because
quarantine.
what else are we doing?
Yeah.
What else is there to do?
Dude,
I know.
I live
5
in a
hours of homework a week.
Yeah. So I live in a 1-room studio. So I have, for fun one night, I counted how many steps are between each wall. And I did it from like stride number. And then I went for like foot to foot, like actual.
Oh my
stuff.
God.
And it was like 1 a.m. I was like, Kevin, go to bed. Go to bed.
That is another level of boredom.
Yeah, it's when
I love it.
Yeah.
And look, now you know the dimensions of your apartment.
I do. I can ask people like, do you mean strides or do you mean
How many?
Do you mean like foot to foot or like what size?
It's because I was watching a stupid HGTV show and everybody knows the dimensions of their house all the time. And like, I don't have a tape measure that's long enough to measure my apartment because I have like, I just don't have one. So then I was like, I think I'm just going to go with like walking back and forth and just what's about a foot, right? Is that how it works?
Well, that's the thing is like, you would think New Yorkers would know because we don't have as much space, but like everyone's like, I have like a 75,000 square foot, like
yeah,
but I'm like,
backyard.
Yeah,
but I'm like, I have a box with a box attached.
I have enough room for my dog.
Totally, or like as many people say, it's perfect for the 2 of us.
That's
just like
oh man,
Small.
talk about apartment bingo. Like that's a perfect center square.
For sure.
Totally.
Speaking of bingo, I'm gonna volley it over to Caleb, who has been making random bingo boards that like for Instagram that apply to our university where we went.
Oh my goodness, college just did a bunch too.
So it's not what he's been watching, but what he's been nonstop doing. So, Caleb,
what are you making?
What are you making?
Oh, I'm delayed. Am I really delayed? You guys are Caleb, talk.
I was like,
it's okay.
I was like, did
It's
we
okay,
call him out?
Pause.
Are we on what we're watching? Because are we back to that or am I talking about my apartment?
Yeah, what are you watching? I was just transitioning.
Great. So what I'm watching is Sex Education. I just finished season 2.
Oh,
I'm
it's so
obsessed with it.
good.
Oh, the television show.
Yes, he's not taking a course.
That's why I was like, okay.
Man.
I didn't love this part of season 2. In the middle was boring. It was kind of like Orange is the New Black. I was like, okay, let's get on with this. But the end of season 2, I was like, solid.
Season 1 is
picked up for season 3.
Season 2, yeah, that's awesome. Oh, I'm so happy you're watching that. I feel like a lot of people aren't, and it's so good.
I'm not.
It's good. It's the most casting I've ever seen.
Oh,
Is the girl from that show the girl from the ice skating movie?
Moira Kelly?
Yes.
Ice
I don't know the
Princess?
ice skating show movie.
Cutting Edge.
The Cutting Edge. When like
I don't know Cutting Edge.
hockey player who like gets hurt so he can't play hockey, so then he like learns to figure skate with like this girl. Oh, it's so good.
You have a blind spot in figure skating.
Corona like quarantine movie list. You need to watch The Cutting Edge. It's super good.
Okay, Cutting Edge.
The Cutting Edge.
Adding it to my
Right,
list now.
I was gonna say add that to your next after Death Becomes Her.
Yes. Well, I think we have a plan for what's next, and it's Defending Your Life.
Oh, so good.
I don't know.
Great choice.
And then, what was the other one, Michael? Sorry, he's right there. The other movie that I wanted to watch? The other movie I wanted to watch? The other one. Defending Your Life. Okay, never mind. He keeps saying Defending Your Life. We're talking about it.
Oh, Jay and I just watched Onward.
Oh, we're
Onward
watching
was
that
so
tonight.
good. I loved it.
Oh, so
Wait, Kevin, you're watching it tonight?
I'm gonna watch it tonight as well.
Twinsies.
held together and cried.
Oh God,
Oh,
is it a crying movie?
It's a
You
Pixar
haven't
movie.
watched it yet.
You're gonna have tears.
I don't think I can watch a crying movie when I start drinking wine at 4 p.m.
Exactly when you watch a crying movie.
Even the bad Pixar movies are crying movies.
All of them are crying movies.
For sure.
Cars 2 gives you a good cry.
I've never actually seen it, so I take
I do
that
not
back.
need the first thing.
That's not a Pixar movie, is it?
It is. Cars 2 is a Pixar movie. Yeah. But like Good Dinosaur, I still get a nice tear in there.
You're on this Broadway content, guys.
Not one of us on Broadway HD.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah. I watched Newsies again just because it's on Disney Plus.
Wait, the movie or the filmed one?
The filmed one.
Nice.
It's really good.
Who doesn't love Newsies?
Solid theater content.
Solid.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, we have seen lots. The big umbrellas have all seen Tiger King.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's if you haven't seen it, then you really are missing out on like a cultural moment. I mean, they released it at the right time because we are all have no choice but to watch it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That was super brilliant.
Yeah. Good for them. Yeah, really
Whether they did it on purpose or
Netflix
not,
did it
nailed
on purpose. Yeah.
No one
Netflix like created the coronavirus.
So,
Yeah.
Elliot and Caleb, who would you think Broadway actor would play Joe Exotic in a Broadway musical version?
And Carol Baskin.
Sure.
Let's do them
And
both.
Carol Baskin. So cast both Joe Exotic and Carol Baskin.
Who's that?
Well,
The guy
Carol's-
from Memphis.
Chad Kimball, really?
Chad Kimball, who's
Okay.
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 I think if
He's
kinda looks like him,
very
right?
he's very like handsome and clean cut to me.
We'd have-
for-
But you can makeup,
That's what
some
acting
tattoos,
is for, Elliot.
this little.
no acting.
Wait. Did you guys not see the April
It's
Fools?
like Alan might want to in.
Yeah, did you not see this April Fools?
What?
Oh yes, so this was posted by Alex Timbers
Oh, that's funny.
as a joke.
Steven's a little bit
But
too.
I love that. I like Steven for the role. I think it would be a good like Oscar, like he's rugged.
So Kevin had a great one the other day, and I'm gonna let him say his Carol Baskin pick, and I think it is spectacular.
So Jennifer Smart has to play Carol Baskin.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Like,
agree.
That's just dead
what a
on.
legend.
I still think about. I had a dream about like Kevin saying that.
that is like such great casting. I mean, in any like female role, I want Rachel Bay Jones. So I'm here for
Fair,
Rachel Bay
sure,
Jones.
of course.
Personally.
Ew.
Rachel Baker Jones could totally play China, but then you beef up her part.
Oh, interesting.
Oh,
Sure.
The lion tamer or the
Yeah.
Yeah.
the girl from the cult.
Yeah.
Like main wife.
Amazing.
Oh.
It's so good. Well, leave in the comment who you think would play Joe Exotic and Carol Baskin, and they'll pop up on the screen.
Comment it up.
While we're our interview. Oh, Abrams is here. He has memes.
It's so
Abrams.
good.
Mike,
And we
please
can't wait.
send them.
All right. Well, we're gonna do a quick little interview. So we like to start our podcast by asking our guests what first got them interested in the arts as a young person. So I think we'll just go down the line. We'll start with Brian. What first got?
Sure. So I grew up right outside of New York City. My parents, I mean, they got me into it, playing cast albums all day long. Anything goes, Les Mis, all that fun stuff. Les Mis especially, super fun stuff. And I mean, we would go in. My first Broadway show was Peter Pan when I was, I don't know, 6 or something like that. And just like, ever since then, I think we saw a course line at like a community college and things of that nature. So like, I mean, my parents, number one, just like, and they went and they grew up on Long Island. So, they would go in as kids with their parents. And long story short, like I was never not going to be inspired by theater because of kind of the people that I come from, if you will.
Yeah, I feel like my experience was pretty similar. I grew up on cast recordings.
Mm-hmm,
Obviously, not watching movies, listening to like Donny Osmond Joseph.
Sure.
What about you?
When I was very little, my mom noticed at like 2 years old, 3 years old, that I would watch through entire movies and watch them every day till I memorized them. and then would move on to the next movie and like have it fully memorized within a week. And my mom was like, that's weird. Plus, he never stops talking. So she asked her friend, like, what do you do with a kid that's doing this? They were like, put him in theater. So I started taking theater class when I was really little to give my mom a chance. She always jokes that she put me in theater class so I would talk to someone else for a while. Constantly talking, performing, and telling her stuff. And so I just got into it that way. And then the big thing for me was when I was 10 years old, my parents ordered pizza and we all had like a family night where we watched the Les Mis 10th anniversary performance. They were playing it on PBS. And so like my parents like made like a movie night out of that. We all sat and watched pizza or ate pizza and watched that. So like it was such an important thing in my family, like so much so that my little sister, when she was like 5 or 6 when we watched this, she told my parents that we grew up Catholic, so she told my parents that she wanted Philip Quast to be her confirmation sponsor. And my parents were like, you mean the like religious zealot who like kills himself character?
That is so funny.
He was just so obsessed with that show and thought he was so cool. So like that was such a big thing to me.
So cool.
That was the big
so
point.
funny.
Where at like 10 years old watching the Les Mis 10th anniversary, I was like, yeah, no, that's what I'm doing.
What was really rocking your socks in like theater class? Like, were there games? Like, what was the content?
I think for me, like it was like we got to wear. I loved the costumes, and like, my mom was like one of those moms who like made our Halloween costumes every year, and like started in August and went for it. And like one year, like she usually helped. Like one year, she dressed because I have 3 siblings, so one year she dressed us up as like the Wizard of Oz. And like she always had like themes of what she was doing until we got old enough to complain, and I wanted to be the Phantom of the Opera every year. So like the costumes were part of it because I was really big into dress up as a kid. So like I liked that whole thing. And then beyond the dress up part, I really liked the chance of like I was a little shy as a kid, like not around my mom, but like around other people. So like theater gave me a chance to like have a reason to speak in front of people. And like really kind of help you to discover it that way.
Yeah, I think that like a lot of like that's how we find our like not only our actual voice, even if we're talking a lot, we can like actually find a way to like, express ourselves in that way, like the actual outlet.
Yeah, it was so instrumental.
Kimberly, what about you?
I blame it all on my mom, pretty much.
Blame.
Blame.
It's her fault.
So we grew up near-ish to New York, but closer to Philadelphia, and we would go to Bucks County Playhouse all the time. And she tells me the first show I ever saw was Annie at Bucks County Playhouse, and Aaron McCardle and her daughter were sitting behind us. And so like my mom freaked out that was happening, and so that's been like the lore of my first show. Sparked it for me. But I also then started taking a theater class in like kindergarten, I want to say, at the local community center. And I have this vivid memory. We were doing Beauty and the Beast, and you could pick whatever character you wanted to be, even if someone else was already that character. And so I was one of like 5 bells. And we were all just in a line, like going from scene to scene. As
Broadway works, right? Like you go into an audition and you're like, what part of what?
But I have a memory of hating that and being like, I never want to just be what everyone else is. Like, I'll just be the feather duster next time. And that like shaped my whole theater.
I love that though. Like, I don't want to be what everyone else is being.
Because I was like, I don't
want
to
be this cool thing over here.
I want to be like 1 o'clock.
It's a good lesson to all you youngins out there. Just don't be the 5th bell. Just make up your own Beauty and the Beast character on the side.
There's like an I can hear the bells joke somewhere.
Yeah, can we make that some kind of like thing where like from now on we always say that? We're like, oh, she's the 5th bell. I can't even do it.
Yeah, instead of like 3rd wheel, you're like the 5th bell.
Sure.
The 5th
oh my god, I love that. I love that. I love that. Yeah, like theater when you're younger is so wild. Like the way you used to like get people involved, and there's so many people. Like the way you have to like split things up is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Now, how did you all meet, and what's kind of the origin story of Broadwaysted?
We've never met. We've done this remotely for 4 years.
You're so ahead of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just knew that one day we quarantined, so we might as well get quarantined.
We started 4 years in advance.
Well, yes, I've never left my apartment.
Yeah.
So
it's good.
It happens. We all started out in like the performance realm, and Brian and I actually worked together at the Surflight Theater. Worked in the.
Caleb has worked at this. He closed.
I've worked there.
You closed
Awesome.
I closed Surflight Theater.
So it's
Wizard of
your
Oz.
fault?
Our whole show is based on Surflight Theater, basically.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I love that.
Because Brian and I worked for one summer at the Surflight Theater. It was me and Brian and a group of people who we were working at the Showplace Ice Cream Parlor, which was like the singing, dancing ice cream parlor they had on site. So it was almost like very much like the Ellen Stardust Diner, but like with ice cream.
Ice cream.
So we did that for a whole summer, which was amazing. And our like boss, like the fifth guy who was running the show,
The fifth bell
was this guy named Jay Schmidt, who he's now Kimberly's husband. But
he's playing video games.
Aww.
I worked at Showplace for a second summer. I became company manager, and while I was company manager, Kimberly was the arts administration intern, and so she would help me like make photocopies and do all this kind of stuff. And like there was one day that a lot of stuff happened at the Surflight while we were working there. They kind of changed like management.
Summer 2010.
A dramatic fashion. So Kimberly and I were dealing with a lot of that together. And she helped me figure out how to company manage my first show because I got the job because I was an actor who they were like, hey, do you also want to be company manager? And I was like, yes.
At 4 and me at 21 were just like, let's run a theater.
Yep. So that's basically what happened for a summer. And then we all kind of went our separate ways through performing world and then kind of met back up when we were all in New York City at the same time.
Yeah. I started dating Jay and that kind of brought us all back.
Mm-hmm.
Love that.
So I
And
believe
you all have been doing the podcast for a long time, like
4
since
years.
2016.
4 years.
Yeah.
And our 200th episode is coming up shortly.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
See, this is I definitely wanted to ask about this because you all were podcasting like before literally every single person in the world had a podcast. Like and so but you've done like an episode a week for so long.
Every week for almost 4 years.
Every Tuesday. And sometimes
every
2 weeks.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
I don't know how you
And
guys
that's
do
the
it.
thing is Caleb and I talk all the time, and like if anyone listens to our podcast, you know that like you never know when an episode's gonna come out because it's gonna come out on a random day of the week when I finish it and when we just did it. So like we are so terrible about being consistent, scheduling, like it is so hard. So like and I think that this is something that people are kind of faced with being so separated from everyone, and everyone wants to put out something and be creative. And how have you faced those challenges of doing it every week, making sure you do it, scheduling it? Like, how do you get motivated to do that?
So it starts with I'm a crazy person.
No joke. We're not kidding. We call it's like a joke amongst like our like very close family of friends. We call it Brian Mania, where like you'll wake up at like 8 a.m. and like Brian started at 7:15 and sent 60 texts for us to read, and we're like, great, Brian Mania is happening. So let's figure out what he's done. But Brian Mania is always very productive.
Yeah, it's very productive. I have a lock now. I'm not allowed to text about certain things before 10 a.m. I break it all the time, but I do it still. But we use a lot of this. It's interesting because we were set up in a way with technology that we were. This sounds terrible, but like a horrible situation like the one we're all in right now, like we were really set up to succeed in it because all of our stuff is digital. We have different specific tables that we work from that keeps everything organized. We all and I know we joke that like I work through it and I lead that, but like it's a lot easier with 3 people than it would be with just one. Like, we all have different responsibilities and we all kind of understand the situation that we're in terms of like who, you know, we all rely on each other. We trust each other a ton. And, you know, everybody has a network in terms of building guests and things of that nature. I mean, Kevin does an awesome job at scheduling. Kimberly runs, you know, imaging and the games, which takes up so much time. You know, I am editing episodes. I'm releasing episodes, making sure that we have episodes in the can. We all brainstorm the ideas we want to do. So with this, we joke that I have Brian Mania, but this really, really is a team effort. And we really set ourselves up for success, and it took us a while to get there. This wasn't like day one we nailed it. Like it's still a work in process.
Enough times that we can like course correct or just be like, guys, I'm having a hard time. Can you help? And we're all ready to sort of jump in.
We always joke about our first episode because our literal first episode, we were getting ready to start recording. We were recording with the Krita, a fantastic performer who had been in one of my cabarets that I'd written music and lyrics for. So like, we were super excited to have her, and we were like, all right, everyone ready? Let's go. And I dumped my entire drink, all of our equipment and computers.
That was borrowed.
And that's literally how Broadwaysted was born, was by me dropping my drink on our show. But
we now have a rule that we have to have dinner before an episode, because for a while we were recording right after work, and then we would have an entire
I'd be editing the episodes and truly not remember the last 45 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, this is like the real. It's a struggle, you know. It's a cross to bear.
And I think
drinking while you do things, it's like. But like seriously, we had like 3 hour. We talked with Teal Wicks for 3 hours.
Oh yeah,
in my apartment, and then I was like, I have to edit this down to at least half of that. Like we can't like. Yeah. So it was just like, and then we just got so drunk. I mean, we have a good time, but it's like it's hard to like when you have the alcohol.
Yeah. That's why we release episodes that are clips that were edited out of previous episodes, because it's still good content, but it's not it just didn't flow with the episode or whatnot. So like you never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
And good.
All I was gonna say is I think that like one of the things that's really worked for all of us is we all know that being in like the theater world, like not everything is like a set deadline or something that you can always meet, because like you can write a play, you can write a musical, but like all of a sudden you'll get a call that it's going to happen or you don't. So like there's a lot of waiting that goes on. So one of the things I think that was so attractive to the three of us was we made this like deal to each other that like we're going to commit to one night, like one day a week, we will put out an episode, which requires you to do this, you to do this, and you to do this. And so every week that was something that we could control, because so much of the theater world, as we can see now with what's happening in the world right now, is out of people's control. And a lot of people are just kind of caught, like, I don't mean to like disregard the amazing work that actors do, but like you're a piece of a giant puzzle that's happening to make things happen at random times. And it's so I think that was something that was so like attractive to us, was giving ourselves a project where we could control it and we could say, this is something I'm going to do for myself, like to make something happen once a week.
Yeah. And I mean, and I say we're going to hit our 200th episode in a couple weeks, but that's only the episodes that we label. That doesn't include Kevin's incredible radio plays. That doesn't include kind of another round content. So like technically we are up to like 220 episodes or something like that. And that is 100% attributed to the fact that we can work together really well, and that, we have goals and all that fun stuff.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a good thing for people to hear, especially in a time where like everyone is like, oh, well, I guess like I have nothing but time, so I'm going to start making things. Something doesn't get built by just saying you're going to make something and then like hoping it happens. Like you have to like really work hard and put in time and effort. And, like you're preaching to people who need to hear it, because Caleb and I, we do this for fun and we sometimes don't do it.
Yeah.
And we say we need a break.
The hardest thing about podcasting or creating is to keep doing it. Like,
yes.
It's making.
You are like, oh, we can take a week off, then you've given yourself permission.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah. The Caleb and I started this as like a way to do something together creatively because we've been friends forever. And so there are times when it gets not fun, when we're like, this sucks.
Yeah, we've gone through phases like that for sure.
For us and how we kind of like are operating, when it sucks is like, that's the time where we take a second and like step away and be like, I haven't actually seen you separate from the podcast in a month and a half. So
to like still be friends.
We started scheduling friend only time where like it's forbidden to talk about the podcast. Like let's just have a good time. You have to because like even subconsciously I'll be like, hey Kevin, did you write the Kevin's Corner for that episode? Or Kevin will be like, hey, what episode is next week again? Like we try to eliminate that because like these are my best friends and I love working with them, but also like I want to still be the best friend. I don't want to be the one they resent. Do you know what I mean?
Totally. Yeah.
And with those texts before 10 a.m. the resentment is coming.
I love that rule.
Yeah, Caleb likes to voice memo text, which drives me crazy.
Voice memo gets it across, and you don't hear any there's no confusion. I'm this is what I mean. Don't confuse it.
I'm a person that, like, I need to read the text, and then I need to be able to reread it if I need to pick up syntax.
Yes.
Or tone.
Yes. And if I'm in mid-show, like, and I look down at my phone and we're trying to get an episode out tomorrow and I see a voice memo, I'm like, ugh, turn on headphones, put in the thing. I'm like, this is like, no, just text me.
And it's usually me talking in a bad Australian accent, being like, hey, I missed you. Like, hope you're having a good shower.
Oh my God. Ridiculous. I want to like deep dive in with Kimberly really quick.
Do it.
Because you're a baker, honey.
Yeah.
And I am a new amateur baker that's very passionate. And I was like, I was going through Instagram. I was like, ooh, baker. And then I was going through, I was like, what? So tell me about your like baking life.
My baking life. I've always really liked to do it. And then I got very into Great British Bake Off.
Of course.
As most people did. Before I got married. And so then when I was registering for things, I like catered it to like, well, they have this on Bake Off. And now I have like those oven mitts that are connected.
Yes. So you're like, I need scale. I need my this. I need my this.
Try and find recipes that are done in grams instead of cups. I'm starting a sourdough starter tomorrow.
Fun.
Very excited. I will document.
What are you gonna name it?
What am I going to name it? Bertha, maybe?
Yeah, like, oh, that's cute.
Bertha, because she bubbles.
I leave your like one of your pieces of the sourdough starter like outside my apartment.
I'll leave you some starter.
Yeah. That's how starter works. You're supposed to like share starter.
I know, and you can go to like a local bakery and ask for their starter. But I don't know where to do that at the moment.
Well, and also like, why not? Because you're home.
Yeah,
there's no better time to start than now.
Everyone's getting really into bread making.
I made my first loaf last week.
How did it go?
Oh,
it went really well. It was so easy.
I was about to be like, bread's really hard. I'm much more.
Did you put water in the bottom of the oven for like a crispy crust?
No, I did not, but I know that trick.
Because they do it on Great British Bake Off all the time. And when you see them not doing it, like I can't bake for shit, but like when you see them doing it, you're like, oh,
yes.
All those little tricks always just really get excited.
Very crusty. Make us cream puffs. I like to make a choux pastry.
Oh, okay.
Easier than you think it's going to be, and it's so rewarding. Like it's the most like instant gratification of just like, oh look, it did it. And then you
boom, it like transforms.
Hours.
For sure.
Yes. A whole day.
And choux pastry can just like you can do it in an hour and a half.
Yeah. I liked the day long, like make the thing, let it sit, scrape it away, let it sit, scrape it away, let it sit, bake it, let it sit. Like I like that.
Is that from Waitress, that song?
It is. You guys got it. That's a deep cut from the concept album.
Like, for Waitress, like a pie dough where it's just like it sits in the fridge and then you roll it out and you're Done.
Boom, pie. Throw in some filling. Boom, pie.
I like eating pie. I made myself a really big birthday cake 2 weeks ago while I was
Ooh.
here in my house. I
Yeah.
still have the freezer.
Oh, work.
But
Okay, come on.
that was my first time like really decorating a cake.
I got
I
myself
love it.
pizza pie for my birthday in quarantine.
Oh,
A pizza pie?
Yeah, so that was my big birthday thing. I didn't have cake, but I had a pizza pie, so it worked.
Oh,
Tell me
I
more
would love the
about
pizza
that.
pie more than birthday cake.
Was
Yeah.
it like in a pie dish?
No, like I just ordered it from like the local pizza place to just like.
Oh, like a pizza.
It was just
Yeah,
pizza.
okay.
I just called it a pie because it was
Yeah.
my birthday.
It's very like Jersey to call pizza a pie.
yeah, you order two
Yeah,
pies.
very.
Like, I'm gonna get two
Oh,
pies.
Order a pie.
I was
We
grabbing onto the pizza pie to feel like I had a special dessert because it was my birthday.
No,
I
people
love
in
that.
the greater metropolitan area absolutely use the term pie to describe
Pie.
one pizza.
Yeah,
It was my
because like
it was
when
my
I'm ordering-
birthday this year because I turned 35. So I was like,
yes.
so I was like, it's really ironic that like my company birthday is happening alone with a pizza and a bottle of
that is the most Bobby thing
I was
ever.
very Bobby.
You know? Very Bobby. Yeah.
Ugh,
Well,
that's so
I think I know I was supposed to see that like last Wednesday. Oh, wow.
Brian and I were supposed to see it the night that Broadway shut down.
Mhm.
I saw The Inheritance, the last Inheritance.
Oh, you
the
did.
Wednesday, the 2 Wednesdays before Thursday.
That
Crazy.
was so good.
good.
That show was so good.
I loved it.
That was amazing.
I was
we're
supposed
gonna
to see the
move
invited
to-
dress of Carolina change on that Thursday at close. Everything
Oh.
closed.
Ah,
Pissed.
I had
I
tickets
missed
to see it
Broadway.
too. Yeah.
that's so rude.
Ugh.
We were gonna see Jack Little Pill and because we had just switched to Wednesdays off.
Mm.
So I was like
Yeah,
walking up to the
right.
box office as being like matinee, evening. I was like, let's go. I haven't seen anything.
You're
Yeah.
making it rain, Broadway.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's what I did to my ticket into the trash can after everything
Sure.
canceled. Yeah. Well, let's move into Kevin's corner. If you give us the theme song.
Tuesdays
in the corner with Kevin.
It's Kevin's corner.
So I prepared a segment for Broadwaysted, which is where I do some really, really intelligent, smart research on Wikipedia and come up with some questions for Elliot and Caleb. So the first question I have, you guys can work together on the answers, but like I played
Okay.
the game game. So like the first question is about Elliot. At least that's where we start.
Great.
So Elliot, your name is Elliot. Like the Elliott Management Corporation, an American investment management firm based in New York City, created by CEO Paul Singer, whose 2015 portfolio in the first quarter was worth $8 billion. With more than a third of Elliott's portfolio concentrated in distressed securities, typically in the debt of bankrupt or near bankrupt companies, Elliott has widely been described as a vulture fund. Vulture bees, on the other hand, are a small group of 3 closely related North American stingless bees which feed on rotting meat. The Meat Puppets, on the other hand, are an American rock band formed in Phoenix, Arizona that developed their own unique style blending punk with country and psychedelic rock and featuring lead singer Kurt Kirkwood's warping vocals. So my question is, what TV show do you think would be the best performance of their music writing into a musical? So if you had to create a jukebox musical of a band that brings punk, country, and psychedelic rock together, what TV show do you think would be the best vehicle for that kind of music?
I mean, it is so clear to me that the Tiger King should be a jukebox musical.
Yes.
Only using
Country.
Joe Exotics.
Because punk
Country.
really works.
Punk. They're punk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Las Vegas.
And then psychedelic, there are so many parties.
Yeah.
going on there. So I think, wait, oh my God, is this a meme from Mike? Oh, okay, he's probably thinking about protecting our family from COVID.
Could have had a tiger for only $2,000.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
People
Thank
love
you,
buying
Alan
tigers.
and Mike, for sharing those. That is
Yeah.
hilarious.
Tiger King, that's the perfect answer.
Yeah, I think Tiger, don't you think? Well, this, I think, yes.
Silly. Love a meme.
Changed my mind.
Good. Okay, so the next question is for Caleb.
Okay.
We can work together if you'd like. So
I
Caleb,
might need help because of the delay, but we're here. I'm listening.
Caleb, your name is Caleb. Just like Caleb Vance Haynes, a United States Air Force Major General during World War II, who is the grandson of Chang Bunker, a famous conjoined twin like the real-life lead characters in the musical Sideshow. Showgirls 2, Pennies from Heaven, however, is a 2011 camp sequel to the movie Showgirls that was written, produced, edited, and directed by Rena Riffle, who reprises her role from the first film.
Okay.
My question is, if Showgirls star Elizabeth Berkley's original star-making project, the widely popular show Saved by the Bell, was going to be turned into a full-blown Broadway musical, who would you cast in the following roles?
Okay.
So the first one is Zach Morris.
First one is who?
Zach Morris.
Oh. I don't know Saved by the Bell.
Zach is the blonde.
You can help,
blonde.
Elliot, if you want to throw out people that you can both answer.
I think we have something
John
for you to
Paul
binge.
John Paul Gosselaar, right?
Yeah, Mark Paul Gosselaar.
Mark Paul Gosselaar, not John.
Yeah.
So, I think that right now, I feel like Derek Klena has that market on
That's what I
lock.
was
Like
thinking.
that, you know,
That's a great
that kind of like
choice.
swoopy hair.
Mhm.
Totally.
Here.
Kelly Kapowski, who is Tiffany Amber Thiessen. She's like the head cheerleader, the like all
Yes.
American girl.
I think should we go with friend of our show, Izzy McCalla?
I love that. Yeah. I was also going to say Dove Cameron, but I think that's like 2 on the spot, isn't it?
I mean, she
know
would
about
do ticket sales, so they would probably consider her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to cast Izzy personally. What do you think?
I love Izzy. I think Izzy's great.
I think this is great.
Good call. Lisa Turtle.
What's her like?
She was like the like spoiled rich girl shopper all the time, like kind of a brat. It was Lark Voorhees in the
Kimber Sprawl.
show. Oh, Kimber.
from Girl from North Country.
It's very
Okay.
different from what she's playing, but I think she can play that. We
I
worked
love
one summer
Kimber.
together. I love
Go
that idea.
off. Okay.
And then Screech Powers, the nerd.
The nerd.
He's a
Oh,
super
Gideon Glick.
Yeah.
nerd. Gideon
Love
Glick,
him.
that's
You're supposed to cast me.
And Elliot Maddox. It's like he plays the matinees.
who was David AC Slater.
A Slater?
Sorry,
I'm
repeat
not a
that.
Slater.
I was saying you could rock it out, be the muscle guy.
And that bill for the stage hat, of course. but
Amen.
no,
Oh,
Okay,
not
so
this guy.
This last question is for both of you.
okay.
Okay.
So, guys, your podcast is called Equity One, which frankly has nothing to do with One Piece, a Japanese manga series that follows the adventures of Monkey D. Luffy, a boy whose body gained the properties of rubber after unintentionally eating a devil fruit. With his crew of pirates, named the Straw Hat Pirates, Luffy explores the Grand Line in search of world's ultimate treasure known as One Piece in order to become the king of the pirates. A pirate ninja, however, is a unit of measurement defined in the international systems of units as 1 kilowatt per hour per Martian day. It is the equivalent to approximately 40.55 watts. So my question is, what is your favorite piece of theater memorabilia that you own?
Ah! Ah!
Favorite piece of theater memorabilia?
Mm-hmm.
That's not fair. Okay.
You have to pick
I
one.
have. Can I go first? Because I can
Yeah.
kind of hear. I have pamphlets from the revival of Hair that I got from. They passed out during the show,
Mhm.
and I still have my Daisy, and it's pressed in my playbill, so I have that still.
Oh, that's great.
I love that.
Sweet. Elliot?
Okay. Can I have two?
Yeah, I'll give you 2.
Okay. So my first one is well, it wasn't my first Broadway show. My first Broadway show was Cats, but I hated it, so I don't count that as my first. I count Beauty and the Beast as my first Broadway show. And my uncle went to college with someone who's in the cast. So I got to go backstage at Beauty and the Beast. And there was a miscommunication with the tour. I couldn't go on it. It was whatever. So we had to go back another day and and they offered to do it, like bring us backstage another day. And I got given, sorry Disney, a mug from Gaston.
Oh wow, that's so cool.
That I have, and I've taken it to every dressing room, and it holds like my like toothbrush and my like utensils that I use for lunch. And so I have a mug from Gaston. And then 2 years ago at the Broadway Flea Market, I purchased a chair from the box seats of the St. James that is in my living room. So I have a chair from the St. James in my living room. Those are my 2 favorites.
Good answer. That was Kevin's Corner.
Yay!
Yes! All right, we're going to move into perfect segue, talking about theater memorabilia. It's time for Merch Madness. Hit that video, Alan.
Get it.
What video?
Video.
You didn't give me a Merch Madness video.
Yes, I did. It's in the folder.
It's epic.
Oh, God.
Alan, you have to get it. It's so good. I worked so hard on it.
All right, quick.
Stall.
Okay, so Merch Madness is my segment where I review pieces of theater merchandise, and today concert merchandise, against each other in a versus format, and I alone choose the winner because I collect theater shirts, as you can see with my network shirt. But my choices are limited because in quarantine I don't have my whole closet. I have what I brought for what I thought was going to be a week and a half in Kentucky, which is probably going to be longer.
Right.
Sure.
So we're going to have to get real creative on Merch Madness. But this quarantine really made me excited to make this video on iMovie. So I'm really excited for everyone to see the introduction to Merch Madness. We're really trying to up our visual media game.
For a podcast, important. Yeah.
I know, like for something where you can just sit and not worry about what you look like. No, this is really changing things. Are we good, Alan?
Almost there. I downloaded it. Now I'm compressing it so it'll go up on StreamYard.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Dad.
Alan's our podcast dad.
While we're waiting, Kimberly and Brian, do you have favorite theater memorabilia that you own? Because mine is right behind me. You can see it right there. Oh. Mine is an original sketch of the original Cher costume that I got from work. So I have some of William Ivey Long's. No, not William Ivey Long.
Bob Mackie.
Sorry, Bob Mackie. Yeah, I just assumed that David Ivey doesn't know. But
Bob throwing me my favorite.
Like Bob Mackie's original sketch of the Cher.
Yes.
It's the camp. It has my name in it. From the original cast of The Lion King.
Unbelievable.
1998, baby.
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay, let's hear it. This is Merch Madness.
That was
it's
great.
10 seconds, but
that lived up to the hype.
It.
That lived up to the hype.
It really was so worth it. Shout out to the sports theme on iMovie. Really great. Okay, so I was struggling to piece together Merch Madness today, but I'm going into theatrical experiences and concerts in addition to kind of my normal theater shirts. So about a little over a year ago, I went to see Lady Gaga in Las Vegas.
Yeah,
her show Enigma, and I figure this is timely because she recently canceled the release, not canceled, but postponed the release of her new album because of coronavirus. Oh. Even though I wish I could just sit and listen to it all day, but I get it, girl. You got a tour to make your money, so do it when it's right. So I have 2 shirts from Enigma in Las Vegas, her show, which I'm sure you can go see. The first is very bright.
Green screen.
This is a lime green. I know, right? I can put the green screen on this. This is a lime green Enigma shirt with the logo from the show. They had this in all different kind of like neon colors, but I love lime green. This reminds me of Liz Lemon when she's like, "I have witch undertones," and then the like green like reflects on her face. The back says Lady Gaga. But this is like a classic. This is a great gym shirt. This is like the one, you know, you just like go running and like it's colorful and fun and very gay. So we love this. Now we have a long sleeve shirt as well. Now I don't wear long sleeves as often.
Okay.
But when I saw this, I was like, oh, how gorgeous. So this is like a really colorful design of her face. That's her. You can kind of see this is really
like
hard
hair.
to do. And it has Enigma on the front, kind of like very like it's very futuristic, the show. And then on the back is Enigma in all kinds of different neon.
Yes.
I love that.
I love it too. While I don't wear long sleeves as often, I love the graphics. I just think they're like so stellar. And like this is a concert shirt. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like when you go to a concert, there's like shirts that look like concert shirts.
Yeah.
And this looks like a concert shirt.
Sure.
I love the colors. I love the Enigma and all the different neon in the back. So it's a runaway for me. The winner of this week's Merch Madness is the long sleeve shirt
Sure.
here.
I would agree.
Solid.
You can
Yeah.
wear that at night and people will see you.
Yeah, exactly.
Both
Perfect
of
for
them.
Black light on it.
Perfect for an evening quarantine run.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Leave a nice short, you're good to go.
Yeah, make sure to wear your reflectors.
You don't need to with the lime green
Right,
one.
you're fine.
Right.
true.
All right. Shall we play a Broadwaysted game?
Sounds
Sure.
great.
It's time for game share. Let's do it.
Yes, I had a feeling we could play a round of Dirty Hands on a Hard Body. So basically, you have two hands. Everyone has two hands. You're gonna put them on the table so no one can see them apparently. And then it's a categories game. So let's go in order. Like we'll start Caleb, Elliot, Brian, me, Kevin. Does that work for the order?
Caleb, Elliot, Brian, Kimberly, Kevin. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then usually we do this to a beat. What I've learned from live streams is that is very difficult to all be on the same beat in my many Zooms this week.
Mhm.
Won't do a beat, but just sort of a rapid fire category game. If you miss the beat or you repeat something, then your hand goes up. That's your dirty hand. If you have two hands, you're out. And then someone wins.
Can Daddy Allen make the person who's out go actually out of the screen? That would be
I love it. Yes.
Oh, yeah, Alan. Take us away.
Okay, so you have two dirty hands, you're out.
I will be out first, I think.
Also, if you get out, you get to pick the category.
Wait, who gets to pick a category?
Well, whoever gets out first gets to pick the next category, et cetera, et cetera. But I always do this. Kevin, will you just pick a first category, and then we'll start with Caleb.
Great. So the category that I'm going to pick is musical theater divas.
Divas.
Okay.
And I mean diva in the lovely way, not in a bad way, just like
course.
or like queens.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So I'll go first. And
Yes,
then we'll go to
so
Caleb.
Kevin and then Caleb, and then we'll sort of go around the line.
Oh,
Great.
Okay. Go.
Patty LaPone.
Alice Ripley.
Kelly O'Hara.
Angela Lansbury.
Kristen Chenoweth.
Cheetah Rivera.
Oh,
Caleb.
I was going to say Diane Keaton. I was like,
Come on.
Diane-
I was going to say Diane Keaton. I was like,
Diane Keaton.
Oh, no.
Oh, you're still in. Two hands, you're out.
One
Alright,
hand.
Caleb,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, Alan was ready to get you out
this is
of there.
stressful. Let's do something easy like soda.
Soda. Great.
Okay.
And so now we've sort of switched a little. So it'll be me, Elliot, and then we'll go around.
Okay.
So I start.
Okay, yeah, you start.
Mountain Dew.
Diet Coke.
Pepsi.
Diet Pepsi.
Dr. Pepper.
Surge.
Sprite.
Coke.
Orange soda.
KC Cola.
Sierra
I see.
Mist.
Isn't it RC Cola?
RC Cola.
You're out.
All right, Kevin, what's the category?
Okay. The category is characters in Into the Woods.
Oh my God.
Okay, you may start.
Jack.
Little Red.
Jack's mother.
The Baker.
Milky White.
The Baker's Wife.
The Witch.
Cinderella.
The Steward.
Rapunzel.
Ugly Stepsister.
Ugly Stepsister 2.
They have names. Cinderella's prince.
Rapunzel's Prince.
Ugly Stepsister 3, baby.
Now.
There's 3? No.
There's not 3. There's
There's
only
only 2.
Two.
You're not
Brandon
right
and
on looking at that.
Linda.
That's right.
Hand up. Hand up.
Ryan, you get to pick a category.
Let's go
Hand
with.
up, Ryan.
Oh, sure. Let's go with one-word musicals.
Okay.
Okay.
Work.
You begin.
Sure. Parade.
Fame.
9.
Company.
Pearly.
Cats.
Evita.
Oklahoma.
Rent.
Beetlejuice.
Aida.
Once.
That's like double points.
South Pacific.
No.
Cut me out. Take
Bye,
me away, Alan. Take me away.
Well, Caleb has to choose the category first before
Okay.
you kick
Oh,
it out.
sure.
Rock musicals.
Rock musicals. Okay.
Take me
Goodbye.
away, Alan. Take me away.
Bye, Caleb. Okay, who starts?
Elliot, you start. And we'll
Okay.
go.
All right.
What's the order now?
Rocktopia.
Is it Elliot, Brian, Kevin, Kimberly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you say Rocktopia?
I did. Ready? I'll say it again. 5, 6, 7, 8. Rocktopia.
Rock of Ages.
Jesus Christ Superstar.
Hair.
The Wedding Singer.
We Will Rock You.
Rent.
Jagged Little Pill.
Okay, I lost it.
We all have a hand up now.
Yeah.
At this point, and
Rock is so hard because there's so many things.
Bat Out of Hell, is that?
Yeah,
That's
Love
amazing,
Bat
right?
Out of Hell.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good choice. So
That
alright,
was wild.
at this point, you don't have to put your hand up because every time somebody gets out at this point, you're actually out.
You're All right, Elliot, pick a category for us.
Oh, I'm out. Okay.
My cues in Beetlejuice.
Okay. My category is choreographers.
Okay.
Okay.
And then you start.
Me
Elliot, you
start?
Yeah.
Okay. Jerry Mitchell.
Sure. Chris Catelli.
Agnes the Milne.
Wayne Salento.
Michael Kidd.
Andy Blankenbuehler.
Jennifer Weber.
Kelly Devine.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Bob Fosse.
Dan Connectus.
Chris Catelli.
I said
No,
that already.
said
No,
Pick your category for us, Kevin.
Oh, the category that I picked for you guys is musicals with a female protagonist.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
We'll start.
Yeah, you can start, Kimberly. Sure.
Waitress.
Beetlejuice.
Wicked.
Evita.
Warpaint.
Aida.
I was gonna say Cinderella.
Anastasia.
Gypsy.
Company. Now.
Yeah, you can say.
Sure, yeah. Sounding the Park with George.
Jagged Little Pill.
Ooh.
I think it was like I froze.
I know. I was just gonna say.
No.
I couldn't think of anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not
Emma,
enough. Not enough writers out there. Not enough.
My category for the two of you. Musicals. What would be fun? Musicals in like a fantasy world.
Okay.
Oh, like set in a fantasy world?
Yeah. Like
Okay. Do I start or do you start?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Xanadu.
It's a great one. Lord of the Rings, the musical.
Love that. Head Over Heels.
Sure. Starlight Express.
Shit. Cats.
Spider-Man, Turn Off the Dark.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah, Netherworld, sure.
Yeah.
Mamma Mia.
No, that's Grease.
Yeah, but they transform into rock stars, I guess. But yeah, I'll lose. That's fine.
Yay! Everyone come back.
Yay!
Yay!
I was shouting at you for Mamma Mia. I was like, no! And
Caleb, where are you?
the part
He-
of one of Brian's favorite musicals is Seuss.
Caleb, leave.
I know.
Caleb
Love
dropped.
musical.
Caleb
Oh,
dropped.
no!
I don't know where he went.
Hold
So
on,
if
I'll
when he
text
comes
to
back,
come
I'll let him in.
So yeah, the fact that Brian didn't come up with Seussical,
I know.
that's like his favorite musical that he brings up.
And
forever.
honestly, my actual favorite musical is Men of La Mancha, and he takes them into his fantasy world. So, like, I should give back my musical theater card.
Hey,
There he is. Yay!
I'm back.
It's
I got it.
It's great that you're back because it's your time to shine, hon.
Get it, girl.
It's
Please,
game
thank
time.
God.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm actually not here to play now, so I think I'm actually on board.
Alan, can we do the thing where Caleb's over here and we're like in a 4 over here? Just to switch it up.
Mix it up.
Oh, hey, it's Brian.
Oh,
Hey, it's Caleb.
He's getting there.
oh,
Hey, Brian.
Hollywood Squares. Brian, you look great.
Hey.
I mean, you've always looked great, but
I
like,
know. I love the
I know, it's
Hawaiian.
lighting.
It's like a dance train. Okay, there we go.
Yay! Mine.
okay, yay! Okay, so this game we played with Ben Crawford, Aaron LaCroix, and Jay Armstrong Johnson. It was major success. So it's called Chandelier. Ooh, bum bum bum. The main point of this is it's like who is the most, and I'm going to say a description, and you're going to vote either Brian, Kevin, or Kimberly. The thing is, you don't want to get points because whoever has the most points in the end, the chandelier falls on them. Oh my gosh, deadly, right?
But
I'm gonna lose.
But
this
if
game.
if you are the person that fits the question, you're gonna get answered. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Great.
So
You
if
can
you
live
feel
in
like you're the
infamy like
answer-
the Phantom.
Vote for yourself. Vote for yourself if you feel like you're the correct answer. So, we'll start. So like Brian, you'll say it first, and then we'll go down the line and say. And Elliot's also going to play because he's like we're just meeting, so he kind of gives you that first
Mm-hmm.
reading a book by its cover kind of deal. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Okay.
Tiebreaker.
3 sections. Who is most likely to cry watching Disney Pixar? Brian.
Kimberly.
Kevin.
I was gonna say Brian.
Kimberly.
No, it's me.
Elliot.
I would say Kevin.
Okay. Who is best at math?
Kevin.
Me.
Kevin.
I'm gonna go with everyone. Kevin.
Who probably picked up needle pointing during the quarantine?
Oh, Kimberly.
Kimberly.
Me, I've been thinking about it.
Before I answer, can I talk about how attacked I feel?
Have you?
What's he gonna show us?
Oh, we are brethren, needlepoint and
Oh,
brethren.
I don't know if he's showing something or he just left.
Oh yeah, he is.
Oh, amazing. So good.
Needlepoint set that I picked up when I wasn't drinking, and
Oh.
it's not gotten a ton of use.
Yes.
Well, no day but today.
Get it, girl.
Okay, so this is a bonus question. So if you answer this, you can give a point to someone or take a point away from yourself.
Oh,
Okay. The CDC recommends humming this song twice through during hand washing. Go.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Kevin, do you want to give a
Oh,
point or do you
I
wanna
thought we
give-
were supposed to give joke answers.
That was a real question, girl.
Oh yeah, I misunderstood
Yeah,
that.
happy birthday.
Dear Theodosia.
Wait,
The
so I
whole
want to either give a point to somebody or take a point away from myself?
Yeah.
I'll give.
And remember, you don't want to have the most points.
I'll give a point to Kimberly.
I knew you were.
Okay, round 2.
Oh.
Who would make a great drag queen, and what would their name be? Brian, you go.
I'm gonna go Elliot and
Shout out.
Joseph Exotic. Josephine Exotic. There
Okay,
it is.
thanks.
Okay, great.
There it is.
I'm gonna say Brian, and he'd be Polly Pun.
It's good.
Polly Pun is fun.
What?
I would call you Honey Pun.
Punny Pocket.
That's so good.
Honey Pun.
Punny Pocket.
Little Punny Boo Boo.
Honey Pocket is fun.
Oh,
Little Punny Boo Boo.
Ooh. I'm gonna go with Kevin, and his name is Taco Bell. Belle.
love that. The fifth taco, the fourth
Oh my
Taco
God.
Bell. Whatever.
Yeah, the fifth taco. It's the fifth Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
That's so good.
I'm gonna go with Kevin just because you could be Jagger Mistress.
Oh.
Oh.
That's really good.
Write that down. You want to save that for later. Okay.
Just wait for week 5 of quarantine.
Just in full drag on his balcony.
The Vita final moments.
Yay!
Who is the best dancer?
Of the three of us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Brian.
the three of you.
Elliot. Oh, we're still including Elliot. Yeah.
No, we're not including Elliot. I don't think. Are we?
No.
You're not. Yeah, not supposed to.
We went rogue.
Don't Elliot.
Kevin.
I say me too.
Yeah, because I saw your cat's choreography.
That's what I was thinking of.
Kevin.
Kevin. Wow. Oh.
Landslide.
Okay. Who has watched the most TV during quarantine
Me.
out of the three?
Brian.
Ryan.
Yeah, all that amazing.
I'm on
race.
season 22 of The Amazing Race.
Brian literally ran a blog called Brian Not Lion where he reviewed every TV show that was ever happening.
Mhm.
He man.
That is no longer in publication.
Right.
Google it.
Yeah.
Okay. This bonus question, and I have one for each of you, so don't worry. So, Brian, what is whiskey made out of?
Barley?
Yeah, I'll
And
take that. Yeah. Do you want to give a point, or do you want to take away a point?
I'm going to take a point away from myself.
Boo.
Yeah, okay.
nice,
I mean,
very
but
smart, very smart.
because I know someone else is going to give one to me.
Strategic.
Okay, Kevin,
Yes.
what's gin made out of?
Juniper berries?
Yeah. Give a point or take a point.
Give a point to Brian.
I knew it. I knew it. That's why I took it away from myself, because I know no matter what Kevin was giving.
Smart
me.
man.
Okay, Kimberly, what is tequila made out of?
Agave.
Yeah. We would also accept blue agave, but I'm going to take the agave. You want to give a point or take away a point?
I give
Blue
a point.
Agave.
No!
Haha.
Blue Agave is the name of Beyonce's next child.
Definitely.
Oh, Elliot, you don't have a bonus point. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you the bourbon is made of wheat
Corn.
or barley, water, and corn, and it has to be a
Yeah.
certain specific
And made in
percentage.
Kentucky.
Do you live on a barley farm there in Kentucky?
You're in
Yeah, I know.
Kentucky.
Hold on.
barley
No,
farm.
I'm barley in Kentucky. Okay? So that's like
Elliot, I'll take away your points that were given to you on accident. So we'll take your points away.
Okay.
Okay, last phrase, last three questions. Who makes the best Easter eggs?
Like decorating?
Decorating Easter eggs.
Kimberly.
Kimberly.
Me.
Yeah, Steva.
Who has the largest stockpile of goods for this quarantine?
Probably me.
Probably Brian.
I was gonna say Kevin. You just went to the store.
I bought so much.
No, Brian seems like a planner, so I think he has the. I
He
think
has
he
the
has.
most.
The
We
stockpile.
started the podcast by Zoom 4 years ago. I was always ready.
Okay, this is going to be really controversial, so I'm excited to see this answer. Who is funniest?
Wow.
Brian,
Caleb.
is your answer?
I think it's Kevin by accident.
I was gonna say I think it's Brian.
No,
So
it's Kevin.
generous. So you think it's Kevin? Okay. Elliot?
Oh, no. Me. I'm funniest.
Okay.
Verify that
this-
controversy, girl.
Okay, last bonus question. It's yes or no.
Okay.
Did Carol Baskin kill her husband?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm gonna say no.
Well, the answer is yes. So
Not if you ask my lawyer father. It's
Oh, what are you
okay, so let's look at the points. We have let's count it. And so the person who's not gonna die first is Elliot with 1 point.
Whew.
In third place with 9 points, we have Kimberly.
Oh.
Ooh,
This
third.
person with 10 points is Brian. And with 15 points, we have
Kevin will miss you. Unfortunately,
So-
we have to get
Thank you,
by
Kevin. That's all for the game.
That was
the game of the
fun.
week.
Caleb, that
That
was
was-
super fun.
That was a
That
great
was a
game.
great game.
Thank you. Thank
Kimberly,
you.
steal it and rename it.
Podcast Dad, you can give us back to the players now.
You're welcome to have it. Just we'll sponsor the game.
Oh, I love that game. That was super fun.
Yeah.
Boing, boing,
Yay.
boing, boing,
That
boing.
Flash and
Yes, thank you.
podcaster.
And with that, we have completed our first Broadway Podcast Network happy hour.
That was
I'm
so
very
fun.
excited. So fun.
Fun. Thanks for having us.
So fun. Okay, so tell people when your next your event is, your movie night on the 13th.
Kevin?
Oh, so we are going to be watching some movies, and we are going to be talking about them live. So we're talking about them live April 13th, Monday night at
Mhm.
7 p.m.
Right here.
The Broadwaysted
Add it to my calendar, so should you.
Mark, yeah, right now. So we're doing a BPN Town Hall where we're going to be talking about 3 different DreamWorks movies. So we're talking about The Prince of Egypt, Joseph,
King of Dreams.
King of Dreams,
Oh.
and The Road to El Dorado. So
So,
available to stream on either Netflix or Hulu.
so Road for El Dorado and Prince of Egypt are both on Hulu. Joseph, King of Dreams is on Netflix to stream.
So definitely watch those movies, and then you can join with the Broadwaysted crew along with Haley Pachoon and Aaron J. Albano, and we will be talking live our thoughts and taking your comments and defending our ridiculous opinions of these movies. So join us for that, pour out a good cocktail, and have a good time with us April 13th, Monday night at 7 p.m.
Yeah.
I love Road to El Dorado. It's my favorite. I can quote it.
I've never seen it. I'm looking
I've
forward
never
to it.
seen any of these movies, so I'm so excited to see them.
Really good.
All I've
You
heard is
can for sure.
I've heard the Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, When You
Sure.
Believe.
Mhm.
Like, and by heard, I mean like listened to religiously. The riff battle that
It's so
every
good.
kid needed, because they are literally just at the end fighting, and it's so great.
It's amazing. Yeah. Yeah, it's so good.
I was
So-
so excited to see where that song fits in context, and I think Sandra Bullock sings it.
Love Sandra.
Really excited.
Sandy Bullock.
I love Sandy. You know I love Sandy B.
Brian
Who
loves
doesn't love Sandy? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, where can people find all of you on social media to follow your adventures through this quarantine?
Sure. So you can follow us on all social media. Our main one is at Broadwaysted, which you can see right here.
There.
Yeah.
Mhm.
At Broadwaysted. You can find us on BPN, obviously bpn.fm/Broadwaysted. And then I'm at Nutty Professor on social media.
And I am Jager Kev on all social media.
And Kimber Coops, you can follow my sourdough starter starting tomorrow.
Oh.
I can't wait.
Bertha.
I cannot wait.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for joining us. You can follow Equity One Podcast on Instagram at Equity One Podcast and on Twitter at Equity One _.
Send us an email at equityonepodcast@gmail.com and see us every day on Saturdays and Wednesdays here at 4 o'clock for a happy hour.
Yes.
Yay.
Thank you so much for having us. We had a blast.
Yeah, so
I mean,
Of course, it's our pleasure.
Hooray.
And thanks to the Broadway Podcast Network, of course, always for being our dad. And thanks, shout out to Alan, podcast.
Yes, thank you,
Alan.
Alan.